loved ones in the Wednesday, August 6th disaster. Thank you very much, and we'll see you tomorrow.
You heard Deputy Chief of Staff in charge of Operations Stan Dogbe. On traffic control, Director of Research, Education and Training at the Police MTTD, Chief Superintendent Alexander Kwekwa said key access routes to the Independence Square would be managed to prevent congestion.
The aim is to ensure that there is free flow of traffic in terms of mourners, family members, and all that have everything to do with this occasion. In light of this, there are certain roads that are going to be managed. So from tomorrow morning at about 5 a.m., traffic police officers will be deployed to manage traffic that are coming from Laboni and Osu through the Independence Square to the Central Business District. What is this is that we will ensure that there is no congestion.
You heard Director of Research, Education and Training at the Police MTTD, Chief Superintendent Alexander Kweku Obeng. Now, calm has returned to Bontinsu in the Amansia South District of the Ashanti region after a clash between community youth and an anti-Galamsey police task force left several people injured. The task force said residents were involved in illegal mining, but local authorities say they were engaged in sand winning. The district chief executive for Amansia South, Prince Menu Morris, says 5 injured residents are receiving treatment and 4, including the assembly member, remain in police custody.
I think what actually happened was that, you see, the task force went to do their normal routine job, and when they went there, they met excavator and a tipper truck. Actually, they were taking sand, so I refer to as sand winning. So they perceived that they were doing mining because of the excavator. So that was why the town people was like, no, we're not mining, but we're rather taking sand. That brought the whole agitation. So it wasn't mining itself, but they were taking wind. But the place was a mining site. So they perceived that they were mining. That brought the whole agitation that, oh, we are not mining, we are only taking sand. I think 3 people were arrested, including the assembly member. So they are still in the police custody, helping investigations. As I speak to you, the task force has been even relocated to a different place to continue their normal routine job. There were 5 people sustained injuries, and currently they are all admission at various health centers across the constituency here.
Prince Menu Morris is District Chief Executive of Bontinsu in the Amansia South District of the Ashanti region.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
Fun fact, did you know that most frogs can leap more than 20 times their body length? Yup, magical. Now just imagine your business with that kind of reach. Take that leap with Frog. Frog is a bulk SMS, voice messaging and IVR from Wiggle. User-friendly, fast and reliable. Get more features on one platform for all your bulk messaging needs. Whether you're a church, financial institution, school, corporate organization, or individual, if you need to reach people with your services, do it with Frog. Contact 0553 019 529 or 0552 809 558. Speak to us at www.wiggle.com.gh. Frog, a leap into greatness.
Are you feeling tired after a hard day's work? Have you lost your appetite even for your favorite dish? Viral Blood Tonic is a nutritionally balanced, pleasant-tasting tonic fortified with iron and vitamins to boost your appetite and energy levels for high performance. Viral Blood Tonic, easy to take and good for the family. Viral from Danex Iting Starwin PLC. If symptoms persist after 48 hours, consult a physician. This advert is FDA approved.
If home is where the heart is, then let's go home, shall we? Let's go where the entertainment is, where the passion is, where the laughter is, And sometimes, even the tears too. Let's go where we feel safe enough to share our opinions.
And send tweets.
Where we do that embarrassing little dance to our favorite song. Let's go home where the love, the care, and the joy live.
There's no place like home. Connect your home to super fast internet with affordable data bundles from MTN Home. Visit broadband.mtn.com.ga or your My MTN app to sign up today. Everywhere you go.
Let your voice be heard on Eyewitness News on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag Eyewitness News.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
You're welcome back. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. We are coming to you from our studios here in Accra. I am Umaru Sanda Amadou. Let me bring some of the messages that you have been sending through our discussion board. We have a message from John Labini in Sang, in Myong, and he says, good evening. First of all, my condolences to the families of the deceased, and more so where two or more people are gathered, the devil has also act fast. So I pray that whoever will go to the ground of the mass burial tomorrow, may God continue to be with them. So that is a message in relation to tomorrow's funeral. Let me now take you quickly to an area known as Bontinsu. Now, there's some spectacle that ensued there. The police have captured the event live. And let me play for you what the police said yesterday in relation to the situation in Bontinsu. Listen.
We are currently around Bontinsu electoral area. And this area, you can all see how the land has been degraded. It's so terrible. They came and met two excavators on the site, and then upon sighting us, one driver to the excavator ran away. The other one was still in action, and then we arrested him. Two gentlemen came forward that they were the owners of the excavators, and all of a sudden the community started mobilizing to attack. Some started even throwing stones to attack the police. I think basically the area is becoming chaotic, but with our professionalism, we are just trying to make sure that we secure the area and be able to move the machines out of this jurisdiction. Thank you very much.
So that's a statement by a police officer. He's one of several police officers, half a dozen or so, with a police pickup, and it's a video that is in circulation, in which video you see some confrontation between the task force of the Ghana Police Service on the orders of the Inspector General of Police in a standoff with community members in Bontinsu. Gunshots were fired, actually, and I can let you listen to some part of the engagements. Listen to this. So that is exchange of fire there, or at least gunshots being fired. And then at the end of the event, a number of them were arrested and sent to the police station. Let's listen now to the briefing that was done by the commander of the team when they returned from the site.
And in the performance of our duty, the community, from our Yes, we are returning from our operation in the community. where we were confronted with fierce confrontation just because we are here with the state backing to make sure that we do what is right. And in the performance of our duty, some illegal miners felt that they can challenge the law by being violent towards the discharge of our lawful duty. In the community called Bontinsu, 11:30 when we set out, we sighted an excavator busily destroying the environment, and the team moved in to interdict the said excavator. In the process of loading the excavator, the community illegal miners mobilized to carry on with our lawful duty. And I think that will be the most nonsensical mindset of any individual to think that he can challenge the state when we are carrying out our lawful duty. So that notwithstanding, we continue our operation. When we were about leaving the scene, the illegal miners mobilized and started pelting stones and other offensive objects to the team. And we needed to respond with the necessary force to quell the situation. And that is what we did. I told you that the most important thing is for you to protect yourself at all times. And in this situation, the core, you needed to protect yourself and protect life and property. And that is what we did. We were able to control the situation in the midst of violent confrontation when some were firing pump action gun. We did not retreat. We stand on our grounds and make sure that we defeated the threat and neutralized any threat that confronted us. The blockade was made to seize all the exit points for us not to be able to exit the area, which we unblocked all those blockades, and we are here. I am saying all these things to let you know the fight is not an easy one, and we were sworn to fight in the peril of our life. And today was a manifestation of that swear, that vow that we took to protect Ghana, our motherland. And we are not backing down until we achieve the success for which His Excellency the President has given us the mandate to go out there and make sure that we bring this illegal mining activity to a halt. So, gentlemen, I want to commend you highly for your braveness and steadfastness that you showed this morning. When the going became so tough, you did not retreat. You stood on your ground. And we finally neutralized the situation, and here we are. I commend you dearly, and I know our principal will be so proud of us for this sacrifice we are giving to Mother Ghana.
So that's a police officer who led a team of officers to the Bontinsu area in the Amansie South District of the Ashanti region. They had gone there on an anti-Galamsey fight, and they were confronted by members of the community, especially the youth, and the police have had to fire a number of rounds. They said that there were lots of blockades that were put in their way. They managed to dismantle the blockades and also move out through 2 excavators from the community and move them to the police station. So that's the officer that you heard speaking there. The task force said the residents were involved in illegal mining. The local authorities said they were engaged in sand winning and not Galamsey. Now, the district chief executive of Amansie South, you've heard him already, Prince Menu Morris, has said that 5 persons were injured and they were receiving treatment, while 4, including the assembly member, remain in police custody. DSP Karim Mahama, who led the IGP's anti-galamsey task force, has been speaking, and I think he's the one we just heard speaking there in that sound clip. Let's go back to this particular story. David Agbuado is PRO for the consent. No, so it's not related. Forgive me. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. David Agbuado, I beg your pardon, is PRO of Concerned Drivers Association of Ghana. They are also representing a community of commercial drivers. They are planning to block the Pokwase in Sawam Road. They say that the construction work has stalled and this is affecting them. Let's go on the phone line and speak to him. Mr. Agbuado, you're welcome to Eyewitness News.
Good evening and thank you very much.
What is your problem?
Boss, our problem is very simple and short. The problem is that we were called by the transport minister together with the contractor on Pokwase Saum Road. And the contractor, the head of them, or the engineer in charge of it is Mahama. Engineer Mahama promises 6 weeks, and we have waited till now. Contractor is not at site. And we are giving them only a week. If nothing is being done, we will not use the route. But rather, the way the route is delaying us, we will also delay the route as well. Meaning, we will take our cars to the stretch, but we will not drive out of the stretch. We will be on the stretch. So the route is being constructed. Is all we will use it.
The company doing the construction is stationed at the Amasaman area, isn't it?
It's true.
Have you checked why they are not working?
We went there. This is fact, and it's on our record. We went there to speak to the contractor themselves. But the workers over there are fighting, have fighters that they won't allow us to enter the yard for us to go and speak with the contractor or for us to go and ask the contractor why is the reason why they are not on site. Because per our check at the Ministry of Roads, and even their own engineer, Mahama, have told us the certificate and everything that they have raised have been paid for. So if they have been paid for, a certificate have been paid for, and you are not working, and you are not outside, we don't know the reason. So if we block the route, it will ginger the minister, everybody listening to us, to join us so that the road can be fixed. Now, Pokwase Amasama Road is not motorable at all. It's not motorable at all. And that is not what we want.
So you are suggesting that it is not a finance issue, the non-continuation of the work is not because they were not paid. You are sure that they have been paid?
We are sure they have been paid. We are sure that they have been paid. But this is not to the contractor alone. Because if you are giving a work to somebody and money given to the person and the person is not working, you, the owner of the work, you must do something about it. While the minister is not doing anything about it, we, the road users, we are going to demonstrate for the minister to crack the whip.
How important is this road, Mr. Agbuado?
If you ask this question, it's a very big question. This route is very, very, very important to the economy of Ghana. The reason being that people from Burkina, even Ghanaians, that stretch leads to at least not less than 4 towns, not less than 4. Mainly Kumasi, Sunyani, Tamale, Volga or Paka, name it. All those areas, if you are going and you didn't use this stretch, you'll find it difficult to go. So this route is more than everything to us, we the transporters.
The last time there was a threat of demonstration on that stretch, I came to cover. The turnout was very, very disappointing. It was a community that started, community members that started the demonstration from Ashalaja, Maira, and all those places. They decided to embark on a demonstration, but there were very few.
Yes, what they are saying is true. So what they are saying is true and right. But the community members are not transporters. right? We, the transport operators, don't drivers alone, neither GTIG alone, Protra or Tiger, is amalgamated of transport operators that are doing this. And we are the major users of the road. And this is what we are deciding, that we are not giving government more than 7 days. We are giving them only a week from today. If nothing is being done, you will see the action. You will come and testify that day you saw a handful of people. But this one, you are going to see a nationwide people.
When are you scheduling this for? What day?
7 days from today.
I'm not very good with counting. So that would be what? Wednesday?
Exactly.
Okay. Have you notified the police about this, your mass gathering that you intend to undertake?
Notifying the police?
Yes, you are duty bound under the law to do that. Have you done it?
We are not under the law to do it. Because this one, we don't need police protection. This is a demonstration with our vehicle. So
yes, but it's going to be a mass gathering of people intended to demonstrate. You would have to, under the Public Order Act, write to the police and notify them at least 5 days before the event. You don't need their permission, but you need to inform them.
If 5 days before the event, we still have 6 days to go. So we can do that.
Yeah, you need to do that. Otherwise, they'll arrest your leaders.
I'm part of the leaders, so we need to be arrested. Because if something is not done drastically, this nation will not change. We, the leaders, must lay down our lives for others to enjoy.
In as much as you intend to draw attention to the road, blocking it may inconvenience other people. Have you thought of that? And that would be unlawful again.
That is already there. The inconvenience is there. Because driving from Insaum to Accra, at least 45 minutes is enough. But now from even Citi to Pokwase, you will use not less than 1 hour, or more than 1 hour to reach from Citi to Pokwase. More than 1 hour. So it's rather inconvenience already. So we are not going to add much to it. The thing is already there. But this one is going to take us like a day or two before we can get off from the road.
Wish you all the best, and please do the lawful thing so that you'll be able to do your demonstration peacefully without any incident. Thank you so much for speaking to us.
Thank you, Chief.
That's David Agbado. He's PRO of the Concerned Drivers Association of Ghana. They plan to block the Nsawam Pokwase Road next week, Wednesday, to protest the state of the road. And they say that road, not that they say, the road is actually immotorable. It's in a very, very bad state. There used to be construction happening. That construction has stalled. And they say that the contractor, whose yard is actually at the Amasaman area, is not working even though he has been paid. That I cannot independently verify. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. We are coming to you from our studios in Accra. Take a break and return with more. Please stay.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
Still unbeatable. Republic Bank has slashed the Citi mortgage interest rate to a new low. That means it's more affordable to own your dream home. You enjoy lower monthly installments, save on interest payments, flexible loan arrangements, and more. Make the move. Own your home at a lower teen interest rate. But hurry, this offer lasts for a limited time. Visit any Republic Bank branch or send email to myhome@republicghana.com or call Accra 054-0109-649. Kumasi 054-0109-901 to apply today and enjoy a teen interest rate. Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Looking for a one-stop shopping destination for all things made in Ghana? Eager to experience a remarkable fair that showcases the richness, creativity, and innovation behind Ghanaian products and services? Then get ready for the This is Ghana Exhibition 2025, a celebration of excellence in locally made goods and services. This year's exhibition brings together the very best that Ghana has to offer, from timeless traditional crafts to cutting-edge innovations. The This is Ghana Exhibition highlights the brilliance of Ghanaian entrepreneurs, artisans, and businesses who continue to shape the narrative of homegrown excellence. Brought to you by Channel 1 TV and 87.3 Citi FM, this is Ghana's biggest trade fair and exhibition, bringing together SMEs, startups, research and manufacturing sectors, indigenous corporate bodies, and local creatives in one exciting space. Join us in championing Ghanaian talent, creativity, and authenticity. Come explore, engage, and be inspired by the businesses and brands that are redefining Made in Ghana across every sector. The dates: Saturday the 6th and Sunday the 7th of September 2025. Time is 10 a.m. through to 5 p.m. each day. The venue is the A4 Sutherland Children's Park. For inquiries or participation details, call us on 0205 973 973. The This is Ghana Exhibition 2025 is powered by Channel 1 TV and 97.3 Citi FM and is proudly sponsored by MTN, EcoBank, and Side Hassle from EK Brand Consult.
Oh, jump on now. Go, the go. Ah, go me. At what time when you come back, we are not hear the sound of your car. Why you buy new car? No, I not change my car. It be the same, right? It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so. This is the type of fuel where they want to. Cause now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive, sir. Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mind self be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. One pair way now open there. Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel? Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you. Hey, they make a finish my gobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why you hand my gobe inside? I give you info. Make a fill the gobe too small. The go-go. Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
Let your voice be heard on Eyewitness News on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag Eyewitness News.
You're welcome back. Andrew Manga in Boko says, may the souls of the 8 persons who perished in the helicopter crash be received by God into heaven, and condolences to bereaved families and Ghanaians as a whole. Sefiamo in Ofanko says the Ofanko to Nsawam Road is simply a death trap, and that must be said in clear terms. We must sue the contractor and government for the continuous absence of the contractor on the road. We can't continue buying parts every week while we religiously pay road-worthy tax. Bright says, yes, we all have a difficulty using the Nsawam Road, but those drivers cannot block the road to prevent us from going to work. They can demonstrate or sit down, but can't block it. They are not the only users. The police should deal with them if they block it. Next message. Mausi Aibi Aista in Volta region says the preparation to give solemn burial for the victims of last Wednesday's helicopter crash tomorrow is in the right direction. Their passing should serve as a wake-up call. Next one. Okay, we'll bring you more messages in due course. Eno, you have a story from the Volta region. Oti region.
Oti region, yes. So 3 women and a 1-year-old baby lost their lives this afternoon after a fuel tanker crashed into a crowd at the Esukoko market in the Krachi East municipality of the Oti region. The incident occurred when the tanker driver reportedly lost control of the vehicle, plowing into traders and shoppers at the busy market. 14 others sustained various injuries. Police have since arrested the driver to assist with investigations into the cause of the accident. Speaking to Citi News, the assembly member for the Esukoko electoral area, Mark Odro, said the injured have been taken to nearby health facilities for treatment.
Let me speak to Mark Odro. He's assembly member for the Sukoko electoral area. You're welcome to Eyewitness News, sir.
Thank you.
Was it market day today, and what happened?
Yeah, it was a market day today, and in the afternoon we heard a strange sound at the station, so we all rushed to the place. And when we got there, you know, this particular town, Sukoko, when you are moving from Accra to Dambai, you descend a mountain before entering the Sukoko town. So according to the tanker driver, he said when he was descending the mountain, the brake couldn't work again. So the speed he was using to descend the mountain was very high. And this driver used the same speed to enter the Skoko town. When he got to the station, Skoko station, the lorry road, we have a sharp curve at the station. So with the high speed, the tanker driver couldn't negotiate the curve. So he has to move forward. And moving forward we have containers, building structures, and other things. And today being a market day, people were many at the station. Though the station is not the actual market spot, but people were many there due to the market day. And this tanker driver moved ahead, work on several containers. Then there were some ladies who were resting there. Some were selling, others too were there taking their fresh air. This tanker worked on them. Still move ahead, the tanker couldn't stop. It moved ahead to the EP Chapel, where there was a Kia, that is Electricity Company of Ghana, the Kia was parked there, and the driver was inside also relaxing. So the tanker worked on the Kia as well. So as I'm talking to you, the Kia, the ECG Kia is under the tanker. And 14 people were affected, 4 are dead. And they are all female. 3 women and a little child, that's a girl. They are dead. And some are also injured severely, and we rushed them. They are being rushed to Rara Government Hospital for treatment. Those who sustained minor injuries, some even fainted and other things, we also rushed them to a Sukoko clinic. And there were 9 at the Sukoko clinic. Due to the nature of the case, 4 were also referred from the clinic to Government Hospital, Rara. The Katanga Police Command was here with the officers. They also did well. Asharaf, the MTTD guy from Dambai, also came. And fire service too was here, so many people. So that's the case. And actually, this is not the first time of such a kind accident. This place has been an accident spot, very rampant accident from the mountain. And also we have a steel bridge on the river. The river is called Sukoko. That's why the name of the town is also Sukoko. So when you descend the mountain, you pass through the steel bridge before entering the town. And this bridge too is one of the factors. I will not deceive you. When it rains, every month 2 or 1 accident, 1 or 2. So I'm pleading. Those in power, Minister, MC, Highways Authority, Escoko, the name has been moving out, not in any good shape, but always with bad news. But they should calm down. And look at the situation. We see how best we can resolve it. Either we need to get signposts around, whether we need to get speed ramps and also accident guard. They should come. We are suffering. We are dying. The tragedy is too huge.
Very, very sad indeed. You mentioned that the truck plowed and drove over a stationary Kia truck belonging to the ECG, whose driver was seated in there. What's the state of that driver too? Because if the vehicle is sitting in that
he was also arrived to the government hospital, and I even called the MDTD guy Sharaf, who was at the hospital about 30 minutes ago, and the doctors are doing their best to control everything. So,
wow. The driver of the tanker, did he also have anybody with him? What happened to them? Are they okay?
The driver himself was okay. He was walking around, and the police arrested him, or they took him to their station. I was told he had a mate who is also rushed to the hospital for treatment.
The fuel in the tanker, prayerfully and hopefully, nothing happened. It didn't explode.
Yeah, we were even lucky, and I will say we thank God the tanker did not explode. But from my investigation, the police are saying it is petrol. Because when the thing happened and the vehicle walked on people and they were dead, So many community members rushed to the scene. So when I was even pleading they should move back because there may be explosion anytime, but they did not even mind me at all. So we thank God there was nothing like explosion. The tanker is there, the fuel is intact.
Now to your road, if they fix speed ramps in towards the township or as you enter the township, would that help reduce the speed of drivers into the town? Or if there's a police barrier to perhaps reduce the speed, maybe stop the vehicles and then reduce it.
Even there was a highway barrier, that's a toll booth. For that one, when it was there, it has been controlling or it helped a lot because the vehicles will stop there, buy or pay their ticket before going. In that case, they will not use speed to even cross the bridge. That one will prevent those who have been having accidents on the bridge. And also the police, even you have police barrier at the top of the mountain. So my case is they should always alert the drivers when they get there. Before they descend, they pass through or they cross a police barrier. So the police or the commander and their leaders should let them know, or they should inform the police that whenever there is a vehicle, they should tell them, hey, my brother, there's a big mountain you are going to descend. So that the driver will know the gear or the gear to use and whatever.
It means that your town is thrown into a state of mourning tonight as we speak because 4 people died at Togo. That's bad.
Yes.
Our condolences. Thank you so much for speaking to us.
Thank you, my brother.
That's Mark Odru. He is assembly member for the Sukoko electoral area in the Karachi East district of the Oti region. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. Eno has some political-related stories or politics-related stories for us.
Former Education Minister and Member of Parliament for Bosomtwe, Dr. Yao Osei Educhum, has picked nomination forms to contest the 2026 New Patriotic Party flag bearer election. Dr. Educhum becomes the 5th aspirant to enter the race set for January 2026. 2024 flag bearer of the party, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, and former Sin Central MP Kennedy Ejapong have both picked forms. Also, former General Secretary Kwabena Ejapong and Member of Parliament for Abetifi, Brian Echampong, have also picked up forms to contest the primaries. Addressing the media, Dr. Educhum said he is confident of victory come January 31, 2026.
We are on track, and by the grace of God, my part, I believe, will vote for me and make me the flag bearer. The land that our nation has been yearning for years. That our nation will become a prosperous one. Our nation will wage war against poverty and win. The poverty and the privation will be over. That is what the campaign of 2028 will be about. To be about a country that had independence many years ago. We've done our very best, from the first president to the current president. Each one of them have done something great. Yet, we have a lot to do. And that is what the Educhum presidency will be about. My part, give me the opportunity, provide a bridge for me to cross to the other side. And once we get to the other side of the river, we are going to meet Ghanaians and let Ghanaians know that our future is going to be better than the present and the past.
You heard former Education Minister Dr. Yao Osei Educhum.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
Get the details. Every significant financial transaction, every market movement, and all the policies that affect your business. Citi Business News. Be informed.
Time now for Citi Business News on Eyewitness News. I am Inosafa. Let's settle for the details. The World Bank is urging Ghana to sustain its economic recovery momentum despite the impressive growth witnessed in the first half of 2025. While commending efforts to steer the economy back on track, the bank cautioned that full implementation of structural reforms and policy commitments is essential to secure the gains and avoid a relapse. Speaking at the launch of Ghana's 9th Economic Update, World Bank Country Director for Ghana, Robert O'Brien, said sustained growth will depend on targeted investments in job creation, skills development, and private sector competitiveness.
Looking ahead, Ghana's macroeconomic outlook for 2025 and beyond depends on successful implementation of stabilization and recovery reforms. Projections for the medium term include GDP growth returning to its potential of 5%, Inflation subsiding toward the Bank of Ghana's target range of 6 to 10%. Public debt reaching sustainable levels, provided fiscal discipline is maintained and external debt restructuring is completed. And most importantly, a stable macroeconomic environment will be the foundation for robust job creation and economic transformation. However, this outlook is conditional on Ghana's ability to manage risks by keeping momentum and steadfast implementation of the reform agenda, completing external debt restructuring, entrenching fiscal discipline, reducing fiscal liabilities from state-owned enterprises, especially in energy and cocoa, containing inflation and exchange rate volatility, and navigating external shocks such as commodity price fluctuations.
Robert O'Brien is World Bank Country Director for Ghana. Meanwhile, Deputy Finance Minister Thomas Nyakwampim says government is implementing targeted interventions to tackle unemployment as the economy rebounds from recent fiscal and macroeconomic pressures.
I am confident that we are all witnesses to and are feeling the significant improvements in the economy. 8 months on, interest rates have tumbled. Inflation has declined from 23% to 12.1%. The Citi has appreciated in unprecedented fashion. Credit to the private sector has expanded, and regulatory forbearance is being used to reposition indigenous banks. We have also commenced the implementation of interventions that will provide direct skills and jobs to Ghanaians. The National Apprenticeship Program, Ejumewura, and 1 million CODES programs have all been designed to build a skilled workforce and create dignified employment opportunities. Towards this objective, government plans to invest about 564 million cedis in these 3 interventions in 2025. In addition, government is also investing about 410 million Ghana cedis through the National Entrepreneurship and Innovation Program in 2025 to unlock the creative energies of the Ghanaian youth.
Thomas Nyakwampim is Deputy Minister for Finance. Willful loan defaulters in Ghana could soon be locked out of the credit market for up to 5 years under a new directive from the Bank of Ghana. The directive also requires all commercial banks and regulated lenders to publish the names of such defaulters twice a year in at least 2 national newspapers and on their websites. This report has more details.
The measures are part of BOG's latest push to tackle rising non-performing loans and safeguard the profitability, liquidity and stability of the financial sector. In a statement issued on Wednesday, the central bank noted that it has already issued a directive to all regulated financial institutions and published explanatory notes for the public. A borrower qualifies as a willful defaulter if they divert loan funds for unauthorized purposes, secure credit using falsified collateral or fraudulent documents, or simply refuse repayment despite having the resources to do so. Once the BOG approves a loan write-off, all regulated lenders are barred from granting new facilities to the defaulter. The credit ban will last for twice the period between the write-off approval and the full settlement of debt. Repeat offenders, that is those listed twice or more within 10 years, face an automatic 5-year ban or longer if the calculated prohibition exceeds that time frame. Sanctions will also be extended to company directors, guarantors and associates found to have aided in fund diversion, falsification of accounts, or other fraudulent conduct. Per the regulations, a willful defaulter can only regain access to credit after fully repaying all written-off debts and associated fees, clearing their record with credit bureaus, and convincing lenders of their willingness and ability to meet future repayment obligations. The BOG is also enforcing stricter prudential limits requiring banks and other financial institutions to keep their NPL ratio at or below 10% by the end of 2026. Microfinance institutions must maintain the existing limit of 5%.
Natalie Netiajahu filed that report. The Peasant Farmers Association of Ghana wants the government and its development partners to channel their combined 2.9 billion Ghana cedis agriculture investment into critical areas such as production and value addition. The funding announced under the Ministry of Food and Agriculture will support the flagship Feed Ghana program as well as initiatives in irrigation and post-harvest infrastructure. Executive Director of the association, Bismarck Norte, tells Citi Business News that the move could significantly improve improve yields and boost rural incomes if the funds are strategically allocated.
While these investments come, it should go into critical areas like production, areas like value addition, processing, industry. For me, those are the critical areas, because when you're able to create that industry, there's the incentive for our farmers to produce a lot of oil palm to feed industry and also exports for us to gain a lot of foreign exchange. So I think the potential is there. The funding is good news. However, we hope and we are waiting to see, first of all, when these funds will be received, when the work starts, the clear blueprint for this whole plan that we have, and then we can also provide our support to ensure that our dream of reducing our food import bill is achieved.
Bismarck Norte is the Executive Director for the Peasant Farmers Association of Ghana. The Concerned Farmers Association of Ghana is pushing for the formal licensing and training of farmers, warning that unsafe agrochemical use and outdated practices are eroding consumer trust. The association argues that farming should be regulated like medicine, law, or teaching, where practitioners are certified and accountable. In an interview with Citi Business News, President of the association, Nana Bontinsu, stressed that with agriculture contributing billions of cedis to GDP and employing a large share of Ghana's workforce, the stakes are too high to allow substandard practices to persist.
To Concerned Farmers Association of Ghana, we are calling on all the FBOs to retrain our farmers and then to give them a license, and then this will be passed. And then we're also trying our best just to send up a letter to Parliament for Parliament to pass up a bill which will be directed to the Ministry of Agric, and then with the FBOs who will implement it in a way that anybody that want to get into farming need to be trained to have a license to operate. Let's take those that they are doing vegetable, for instance. We can see on our way to, let's say, Tema and other part of the country, we're seeing people doing vegetables on the roadside and other things. And let us ask, what is the water that they use to water this kind of vegetables that is on the market that we are eating? The source of water is very important. You need to get a clean water, because with the vegetables, anything that you use on the crops or on the soil directly get into the plant, which at the end of the day have an effect on the consumer or the one taking it.
That was the president of the Concerned Farmers Association of Ghana, Nana Bontinsu. That's all for City Business News on Eyewitness News. I am Inusafo. Up next is Point Blank.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
Your family's health should never be a worry, no matter where you are in the world. Are you a Ghanaian in the diaspora, a foreign resident in Ghana, or a Ghanaian looking for the perfect health insurance plan for yourself or your family in Ghana? Then the Apex Ebusiapa Health Cover is what you need. A comprehensive health insurance plan to protect your loved ones. From hospital stays to life-saving treatments, we ensure quality healthcare at an affordable cost. Apex Ebusiapa Health Cover. You don't just send love home, you secure it. Visit Apex Health Insurance at Zion House, Boundary Road, Shashi East Legon, or call 0540-128-256 or 0501-683912. Apex Ebusiapa Health Plan. Global love, local care.
Oh, jump on now. Go. Gugomi, at what time will you come back where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car? No, I don't change my car. It be the same, right? It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so.
This is the type of fuel where they want to. Because now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive, sir.
Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mind self be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open them.
Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel?
Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you.
Hey, then make a finish my gobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand my gobe inside?
I give you info. Make a fill the gobe too small.
The gogo.
Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
If you know these sounds, you didn't just live through the 90s, you lived the experience. Back then, connection took minutes.
Today, it takes a blink. You express yourself with memes. You hold video calls across continents. You say hey to an AI who responds,
"Hello, Kwame."
You order rides, dinner, and dreams all from the palm of your hand. A lot has changed, so have we. For over 3 decades, EcoBank has evolved with you, leading digital banking in Ghana and across 33 African countries, pioneering solutions built around how you live, move, and dream today. From our express points to EcoBank Pay, online banking, and the mobile app, we are where you are. Here for today, ready for tomorrow. Now, that's change, powered by EcoBank.
EcoBank, a better way to bank your way. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
It's 26 minutes to 1900 GMT. This is Point Blank on Eyewitness News. I am Umaru Sandam. And tonight on Point Blank, Ghana grieves, Ghana mourns. 8 persons perished after a helicopter crash in Obuasi, in the Ashanti region. They were going to help save our environment. My guest tonight is one of the few people we've given our environment to protect for us. He's Deputy CEO of the Forestry Commission. On the political side of things, he's Deputy National Organizer of the Governing National Democratic Congress. And his name is Elikem Kotoko. You're welcome to Point Blank.
Thank you, my brother. It feels good to be here after how many years?
Like 100 years now since I last saw you. Since you are enjoying, you've forgotten us. We used to be in the trenches together. You've forgotten us. See?
You've let me spellbound. I haven't forgotten you.
Sure?
I have just not reached out to you yet.
I know.
But
I know.
Don't worry. There's a whole lot we have to do. And I have insisted consistently that the battle can only be won if we involve some key actors, and the media plays a very critical role. And so we cannot underrate the role you play. And to you in particular and your other colleagues, Charlie, kudos for the job you're doing.
Thank you. Hope everything is well, though.
Even if all is not well, we are alive and well.
Yeah.
As you are aware, just as our listeners, we've been confronted with a tragedy. Losing some very fine brains who perish in the line of duty. And one can only imagine what we are going through. Then what about the president, who is very close to these people and their families? But these are some of the moments where you wish you could question the authority of the Almighty. But again, we are always told that we propose and He disposes. Yes.
How well did you know them? So Dr. Wanimba was in charge of your elections. Murtala Mohammed was one of your strong voices in Parliament. You had your national vice chairman and your parliamentary candidate for Obuasi. How well did you know these people?
It's such a sad situation. Interestingly, I'm so close to 3 of them. Let me start with Dr. Omani Boama. When I was a student leader, back in 2007, I was a coordinating secretary for the Ghana National Union of Polytechnic Students. I recall I was shot by the police and taken to cells about 4 different occasions in Takoradi.
Wow.
And so after that time, I recall he was working with Mr. Kwesi Pratt at CJA.
Okay, Committee for Joint Action.
So he reached out and asked if this was Elikem. I had then just finished a program on a sister station. I think Honorable the late Ama Benyuado, Kweku Bako, and Kwame Sefakai.
Peace FM.
Yes. So he called out to commend me that he admired my eloquence, and then he would wish to meet me. So we scheduled a day to meet, and when I got to him, he asked to check my wound from my left back shoulder. So he saw the wound, both as a CJA and as a doctor. So he gave some recommendations and even added some prescriptions to what I was already given. Then he took some notes, and that was how we became good friends. And prior to that, I had read a lot about him as a former student leader. He wrote a book on Get Fund. That book I still hold till date.
Wow.
2 years ago on his birthday, I wrote a lengthy thesis on him about that. And in fact, sad to say, before I had my appointment, he invited me over to his office. And I don't know if I'm one of the first people who went to his office. And then he said to me, Elikem, you see this place is too big. It's like a palace. I'm not so comfortable with this. But so we took a picture. And then he said to me, don't share this picture until when you get your appointment. So I have kept this picture. I don't know why. And after I even got my appointment, I decided not to share it. I wanted some time to pass before. And only for me to hear this news. On the day of the incident, I was also on my way to Obuasi by road.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Were you going for the same event?
The same program. So about 15 minutes to the venue or so, or 20 minutes, I had a call asking if I was safe because there was an accident. So I thought it was a road accident. So I said, if there was an accident, then it must be behind me because the road was clear. Then about 5 or 10 minutes reaching the venue, I saw the military coming the opposite way, and we gave way to them to go. So I got to the venue, sat for a while.
At this time, you didn't know?
I didn't know. So I got to the venue, then one of our regional organizers, Comrade Mike Derry, came to me, and the look on his face, and then he broke the news to me. So immediately I don't know, I had goosebumps and I didn't know what to do. Then the Eastern Regional Minister also immediately rushed to my end and was already weeping. So I had to now also console her, and that was it. And everybody was disturbed. You look at the minister, Honorable Amako Fibua. He was very devastated. But he managed his composure because there were chiefs and other people around, and I think he managed his composure to avoid any incidents. So this is what happened. And Dr. Omani Buama, I need not even say, one of the finest brains. You know, I have this saying that when scientists or people who have studied science decide to do other things, they are very meticulous. And he's one of those. He was one of those. Anything he touches, he tries to put his hand to, he makes sure he does it to perfection. And if he needs to give an assignment, he gives clear directions, asks you if you have any other concerns or questions. And he's a very humble gentleman. And further, I have been arranging for him to meet an uncle of mine who is in the Ghana prisons in Hoa at the moment. They have a striking resemblance. The only thing is that the two of them stammer.
They both stammer?
Yes, but Honorable Dr. Mani is he's got a bit flesh and a big, his head is a little bit bigger than my uncle's. And I have been trying to arrange this. But aside that, very fine personality. You can hardly find any fault with him because when he speaks, he knows what he's talking about. And he believes in the politics of scientific approach. Garbage in, garbage out. Not the try and error. No, he wants everything to be scientific. And that's what he was. And this is a big blow. And if it is to you and myself who know him, then imagine the president who he's close to, who appointed and trusted him to be the defense minister. Then is Honorable Murtala. I met him in 2009 through the current Western Regional Youth Organizer, Haj Mustafa. We traveled from, and then Darlington, who is also the Western Regional Treasurer. We went to the Congress at the time in Tamale. We drove all the way. So he was at a radio station. And after the program, Mustafa introduced me to him. Then he said, "Oh, I know of you. Well, you know the one who was shot by the police and all that." I said, "Yes, sir." I said, "Oh." So we became good friends. And the thing about him is how he respects everybody. Another resemblance between he and I is that we both don't agree to be called senior, boss, honorable. No, I prefer to be addressed as comrade. If not, then just call me Elikem. And that is my name. The titles are not part of my name. And so we've always shared a lot of notes. Again, with him also, I think we had a conversation about a month or so ago. And I was supposed to come to his office with some people. And we're planning all of that before the incident happened. And it hurts more to even say, it's not as though any life is important than the other. But in his case, for instance, we are aware, he was not even supposed to have been traveling by the helicopter. He had made arrangements to go by a plane, African World or one of the, and for the regional minister to arrange some pickup for him at the airport, only for him to join this. And when I heard the circumstances that even when it happened that he had to go, he was in a rush. The wife had prepared food for him, and he said he was late, so he needed to go. And so the wife rushed to put the food in the car, and he sped off. It is admitted that this life itself, once you are born, it's a journey to death. Nobody's living here alive. Yeah. But the circumstances, to see deposed bodies burnt to ashes, to know the people behind and be questioning which of them is like this, which of them is like that, and the circumstances. And it's so sad. I came with, I can't believe I can't find what I'm looking for. I came with a card, the complimentary card of Dr. Sapon,
your
vice chairman. He and I became very close, and I call him Da, and he calls me my son. When during the limited registration exercise, we had to go to. He and I were assigned to Ahafo region. I think we spent a week over there, and so we bonded very well. Each time I come down to come and wake him up, so we set off. He is already up waiting for me, and it's always been the case. And he told me some very interesting stories about way back when either he said he was in the national security or something. I've forgotten there's that, but how disciplined he was and how he saved a lot of situations amongst other things. So there was even a time he had to even speak to my wife and like, he's a good man, he's here and all of that. And there was a time also during that the visit, there was a challenge with one of the regions. It was not part of the reasons we went there, but he insisted that we try to resolve the problem before we leave. And indeed, we sat with them till from, I think, 5 p.m. till 8:45 to 9. We resolved the matter before leaving. And I have always been like a son. Whenever at the party office, his office was just adjacent mine. So anytime he was going in, he would knock on mine to check if I was there, greet me, then go back in. When he's leaving too, he knocks on mine again, and then he greets me. And I recall again when we were going to the Ahafo, our vehicle broke down on the way. So we sat there for almost 4 hours trying to fix the vehicle with his son and the driver. So we bonded so well. He even took me to his house in Kumasi. I met the wife. He showed me a room that anytime I come, that's my place, I should. And all of these. And I know he even visited me at my office. In fact, I nearly forgot this. When I was appointed as deputy CEO, he visited me together with another vice chairman, Comrade Abanga.
Okay.
The two of them came to my office and we took pictures. And he even sent somebody to me, just endorsed the back of his card. And that has been it. And so
it must be difficult. So on that day after you go to the grounds to meet this, I don't know what else happened. Like, did you have to go to the crash site?
Okay, so there's something about me. Anytime I know somebody who has passed or who passes, I always refuse to go look at the dead body. My reason being that the memory I want to have of you should be that of the last time we met, you were alive. Not a memory of when I went there, you were lying lifeless. So I have hardly seen the dead body of any friend, relation, or anybody. I always want to have the best memory of our last encounter. And so all I have of him is a memory of the last time he came to my office. And he's a very giant person. And the last one was rather at our NEC meeting where we had an interesting conversation. He said, "Hey, my son, how are you? How is Forestry Commission? Just be careful there." He admonished me. And Honorable Murtala is saying, as for Dr. Omani Buama, you know, both Dr. Omani Buama and Honorable Murtala, because we all come from the same stock as student leaders, we've always compared notes here and there. There are times I even confront them like I always do with Honorable Dr. Haruna Idrisu. On 2 occasions I met him. I always say, look, what can we do about the student leadership? The decadence that we may not want to see in politics will start from there. And when you hear stories like student leaders are compromising or conniving with either their authorities or other people to siphon student funds, then you know that these are the very people who will climb up. And so we have these discussions. And he told me, he recalls during Professor Mill's time how some stalwarts within the party made that a project to identify key student leaders of repute and to groom them. And I told him these are things I would love to do because I feel youth power is the strongest, and if well managed, then we can build this country on certain principles. But if that is missing, it means every Tom, Dick, and Harry will find himself in there. And mind you, I hope this is not a digression though, but many are those who feel they should go into politics. It means that go make money quick. So if they can't go into politics, they want to play football, they can make money quick, or they want to own a business or find some. So if we do not hone the skills of these people, then we are unable to achieve that. So these were the last conversations I have had with Dr. Omani and also with Honorable Mutala as well too.
This is Point Blank on Eyewitness News. There's a friend of mine at Takrady Poly. He's called Isaku Big Bene.
Yes.
He says that he was an eyewitness on the day you were shot in 2009 at Takrady Poly.
Yeah.
He said you were 2 years ahead of him. He just sent a message that I wanted to draw your attention. So tomorrow is going to be the funeral. It will be a very difficult one. We've seen the burial of Alhaji Muniru Limuna and Dr. Murtala.
Yeah.
It will be a very difficult one tomorrow, isn't it?
It will be a quick one. Even Alhaji Muniru, during the campaign, I met him in Ejura with Honorable Bauer. And I still have those pictures of us. And he just said, Elikam, I've heard a lot about you. I've been seeing you, but we've never met. Then, and I looked at him and said, oh, okay, sir. And normally one thing with me is, even if you don't know somebody, it's good to be nice. So I didn't know him then. And then he introduced himself to me and said, oh, okay, yes, sir. And he asked that we meet. We never met, though. But a very nice and fantastic man. And point blank, he told me, if you need to anything, if you want to reach old man, let me know. That was his direct message to me. Tomorrow will be very difficult. I can only imagine the tears and pains that will be brought back again. You know, within this 1 week, it looks as though the pain was going down. But tomorrow will be a revisit of the memory again. I only pray to God to strengthen the President, His Excellency, John Dramani Mahama, my sector minister, Honorable Amakofi Bua, the Deputy Minister for Defense, Broja Jemfi, the spouses as well, and the extended family, as well as the NDC fraternity, plus Ghanaians at large. This has no party coloration. These are people who have passed in the line of duty. And in the line of duty in trying to fight a menace, Galamsey. It also again brings to mind the fact that we must make sure if Major Mahama's demise did not warrant a fierce approach to these, then the passing of this gallant eight must necessitate a very strong action against these people. Because if it had not been for the menace, there would not have been the need to say we want to institute a comms dep and all of that to result in this. And so I am only imagining how tomorrow will be. I would also be there. I know many will be there. Some are even coming from afar already in the capital. From 8 o'clock, some major routes I'm told will also be closed to allow for easy passage and traffic. And it's going to be interfaith and interdenominational. And so I just can't imagine how it will be tomorrow.
The fight, though, would continue, wouldn't it? The fight to save our forests. I mean, before you joined us, we were discussing what happened in a town in the Ashanti region, Bontinsu, I think that's the name, where community members rose up to fight the police who had gone there to fight illegal mining. It means that the battle is we've not won it at all.
No, we've not won the battle yet, but we understand we are at war. It requires a lot of energy and commitment. Fortunately, His Excellency the President has demonstrated his political will to fight this battle. Because he has 4 years and he's not seeking a second term. He wants to leave a legacy. Number two is after the political will is enforcement. And we're making sure that this time around, we must make sure we enforce the laws to do so. 3, which is very critical, was my prelude, that you in the media play a critical role. Then our traditional authorities. A lot of times we have done things as government, etc., and felt that we are on our own and could do them. But if we are able to get the traditional authorities to buy into why we must stop all this scourge, I think the battle will be half won. Further, Forestry Commission together, or our ministry, sector ministry, together with Ministry of Education and others, we again must look at also some long-term approaches: education, advocacy, awareness. We must have forest clubs. We used to have the wildlife clubs, Red Cross, etc. Let's begin to look at various forms of clubs that are related to our environment, so that the young ones also at the basic schools begin to learn the reasons for protecting the environment. This will imbibe into them some culture of responsibility over their place. And mind you, the purpose of education is to reform society. So if you look at even our education sector, it's cuts across, it's not only Ghana, Africa. Our education is more standardized rather than being customized. And that is a big problem, because the problems in Western region are different from the problems in Greater Accra. The problems in my region of Volta region is different from the problem in Upper East. But because the education even at the basic is so standardized, we are not able to. If only we can find some form of customization, it means that those in Western region, even if at the basic school they will have clubs, they don't necessarily maybe need just for example, maybe Red Cross. They rather need the forest clubs. If there's going to be a forest festival, it should be around there. And if we are having personalities like you, who would dedicate even 5 minutes in the morning to just be talking about the environment, there will be materials to churn out that will do that. I believe we can. But in the short term, we must approach this head on. Send the right signals to these gentlemen that what you are doing is killing our people.
Aside Galamsey, which is a national issue we are talking about, there's another campaign to save our Ramsar sites. That's under your commission, isn't it?
Yes.
We've seen what happened in Sakumo. Should we trust that after the demolition that we saw led by the regional minister, you are not going to sell those lands back to your own colleague politicians and take over the place?
Umaru, let me give an example. When I was appointed, I had a call from the Western region by somebody whose name I can't put out, that he's got a concession, a mining concession for me already. I just told him, okay, I've heard you, but I'm not sure I'm interested. And even about the Ramsar sites, I recall the incident that happened. I mean, there was a period. If there was a period, let me put it this way, there was a period where there was so much impunity with how things were done, gross disregard for the laws. And so you had sometimes politicians involved in those land grabbings. And it is instructive to remind ourselves that His Excellency the President made it clear that any appointee of his that goes into acquiring any state property, etc., will be found wanting. That alone is enough signal. And so that is a caution to everybody. So if you think that it is a free fall or free for all and you also want to go there, then I'm sorry, you will be burning your fingers, because this is not going to be a 9-day wonder.
So we should believe that the work you are doing is
genuine. Please do, because you see, it is even taking 3 folds. The Forestry Commission itself, NADMO is doing that and concerned, and the regional minister is also concerned. And so it is unfortunate if you are a victim, but the truth is that we cannot sacrifice the majority of the people for your sake. And so we would have to do what is in the interest of the majority.
Okay. What about our forest? How is Achimota Forest? Are you still selling the land? Or
You know, technically, when I go to Forestry Commission, I was asking that, is Achimota Forest really a forest or it's a bush?
What's the difference?
Well, you see very high-rise tough trees there. I mean, you just see very
dwarf.
You know, yeah. But I think that I am aware that there will not be any such thing. Some of those, the impunity with which those things were done in the past cannot be countenanced under His Excellency John Dramani Mahama's watch. It will not fly. It will not work. And we need to, for once, prioritize our country. I am not aspiring to be the next Kwame Nkrumah. I'm not sure His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is aspiring to be. But he's aspiring to be one of the perfect leaders that Ghanaians have brought back after a setback. And so his comeback must be on a purpose to drive home a certain agenda. And if you have seen it, you and I were having a conversation at the back. He's the only leader who will stick to his promise. At Kempinski, during the campaign, he addressed the country and said he is going to work with 60 ministers. Whether there is the need to increase that number or not, you will not expect President Mahama to increase that number. He will work with 60. For the longest time, he's worked with 56, until recently when he appointed 4 to add. As we speak, he's working again with what? 58.
Are game reserves under your commission?
They also are.
Okay, so
they
the
also
Shah Hills Game Reserve, which is my village, please try and do something about it. Yeah,
I am aware they are. We are building even an eco facility there to improve on it.
Yeah, try and do something about it. Is my heart is on it.
I'll take special notes from you on that and
Please.
Trust that we'll do something more about it.
Elikem Kotoko, Deputy National Organizer of NDC and Deputy, what's the title?
CEO.
Deputy CEO of the Forestry Commission. Yeah. Thank you so much for joining us on Point Blank, and our condolences to you.
Umaru, thanks so much for having me. I look forward to another opportunity sometime later.
We'll do this again. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So that's Elikem Kotoko. He was my guest on Point Blank. I am Umaru Sanda Amadu. I did this with the Endo Safari production by Kobina Wilson, Beverly London, Chris Esima, and technical support from Daniel Squashi. Also with the production team, Manuel Ayama and Juliana Odami Asari. Emmanuel Usu of the new media team, or the head of the new media team, supported this particular broadcast tonight. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll be back tomorrow at 17:30 GMT. Good night.